It's the Cable MTG Gathering Show.
Yeah, I don't know what to grab here. I'll grab Show and Tell. Just give me the worst card. So my favorite card here is Ice Till Explorer. It's not a very Show and Tell sort of card, is it? What if we took a Lumberjack? What if we second pick the Lumberjack? Oh my god, they're shipping me Strip Mine after the fucking Ice Till that I passed. Man. Don't I feel silly? What is this streamer doing? Oh, Fun Shamstron. Delver's been a hot minute in Modern. It has, and it was so much fun. Using, like, Serum Visions to set it up. Yeah, we had to run Serum Visions back then. What am I doing? What am I doing? Well, kind of seems like something might turn out here. I don't know if this Show and Tell is going to make the cut, but... Good old pre-fire. Right, yes, it just felt so different. Playing like a otherwise vanilla 5-5 on turn 2, you're just like, this is the best. This is the best shit. How do they beat this? It's a 5-5. No, it doesn't draw cards. It doesn't Lightning Helix them when it comes into play or whatever. Just a good old-fashioned turn 2 5-5. Let's fucking go. Back when Infect was a menace. Yeah, Infect was very playable. I didn't face it all day. I faced Lantern Control, Green-Red Valakut, Rug Scapeshift, Grixis Twin, Grixis Death Shadow, and there was one other deck I faced in the Swiss. And then in the top 4, I played against Rug Scapeshift again, and then, what do I want here? Let's grab a Dragon Engine. I like a Dragon Engine. And then Amulet. Amulet in the finals. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Sappro. Thanks for the sub. Thanks for the 97 months. Was there a champion in the room with the Amulet? Yeah, I had to beat Amulet in the finals. I had some good draws. Faster Mega Anglers, applying some nice pressure. And I didn't get turn 2'd, so... My sideboard for Amulet was really good. It was like 3 Thoughtseize, 2 Surgical Extractions, 2 Blood Moons. Definitely a matchup that I respected. Your heart broke when the deck cut Hive Mind. I was very close to dying to Hive Mind. It was a fun event. It was such a fun event. What were you jamming, Tad? Oh man, Mole Man, making me feel silly for passing that Strip Mine. Everything makes you feel silly for passing Strip Mine. That said, I do like Mole Man and Gaia's Cradle, so maybe it'll be fine. I've been enjoying this album, but I think I'm gonna switch it up a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit. Sure. I do love an Abandoned Air Temple. Are deck lists from the tournament available anywhere? No, they used the companion app instead of MTG Melee, so I don't think they're gonna be posting deck lists. I think someone would have to manually type those in or something. And since people are just like net decking decks from 2015, it doesn't seem super necessary. It's like kind of interesting to see like if people went back and changed anything. I made a few changes. Just playing like 4 Anglers, 4 Probe. Yeah, Mana Vault's very tempting, but I'm gonna grab this Natural Order. Any Tasigur? 0 Tasigur. When your opponent has a Gourmet Gangler, Tasigur is like not a playable card. I actually got to see that come up because someone had just like net decked in old Grixis twin list, and so they're like, Tasigur. I'm like, all right, attack you for 5. They're like, Which people slowly learned over the course of that format. The Tasigur was just not very playable when everyone's playing 1-mana 5/5s. The days before people realized baubles were good. Yeah. Overturf was playing baubles in Death Shadow. I'm not putting baubles in my fucking Delver deck. That's not how you flip into a 3/2. What was the tournament name? Like on the companion app? I don't know. I'm not even sure if that's a thing that I could look up. You want to see a sweet trophy? Oh, you came to the right place. You came to the right place. Look at this glowing butte. Team Trio's 2015 Flashback Modern Champion. What is the cut here? Maybe just, or what's the grab here rather? I think I'm just grabbing this Yavimaya. It's nice with Cradle if they play a sweeper. It's nice with that Lumberjack. Just squelching around a little bit. Make that natural order uncounterable, huh? It's no barbecue trophy. Yeah. They can't all be barbecue trophies. I'm going to grab Curator over Evora, even though it's slightly more restrictive casting cost, and I like the little bit of filtering you get off of Evora, but Curator stacks to Natural Order. And that tips it, I think. Generous Scent, not a bad one to just cast off a Cradle, but we're going to take this Wallborn Tyrant. It's a little bit better to Natural Order into. I'll be at my backup, no target. Do you remember the trophy that was cheese? Oh yeah, from CubeCon. The cheese stands alone. Do I get a buff in any event that has a novelty trophy? Yeah, right. Both of those were events where I was like the featured creator person too. Maybe that gives me the boost. Maybe get a trophy for getting my trophy. I really should. Maybe like a larger trophy to set this one on top of. So we get a last pick duress. Lucky. Oh. Well, this deck's powered up. So something a little concerning about that last pack is that the 4/3, the 5-mana 4/3 Cascade Haste did not wheel, which is unfortunate because that's like kind of our card. It means that we're very unlikely to get a late Minskin Boo here. And it also means it also gives us an explanation for like why we haven't seen a bunch of Stomping Grounds and what's going around. Maybe someone grabbed that Strip Mine and then went on a red and 6, huh? Yeah, Birds of Paradise is tempting. I'm gonna grab this fetch though. Hold out a little bit of hope for a Taiga type fetchable. A cube-shaped trophy. I do have a cube-shaped trophy here from the original CubeCon win. This one's so hefty. You could fucking so easily murder somebody with this. I mean, self-defend. You could self-defend with it. Yeah. Well, there's a Ren and 6. There goes that theory. Do I want this Ren and 6 with just a single fetch? Kind of just a good card. The Springheart Nintugu is good with the Gaia's Cradle. Man, that's a little bit better here. Ooh. I'm going to take the Clamp. I think Clamp's a little bit more important with what we got than the Fury would be, but I am sad to pass this Fury. Hey, sup, Golands. When's the last time we heard Ocean Man on the stream? Years, yeah. So Proving Ground is a fetchable from Misty. I do like Fnatic of Ronos quite a bit. Let's grab the Proving Ground, just in case we don't find anything better. It is pack 3 after all. You like the Battle Ball in here? I can see it. We do have like a 7-drop or 2 already. The Magic streamer who is the Ocean Man guy. I think you're talking about the Jeskai twin dude, right? I like this vibrance with the guy's cradle. Won a Pro Tour by putting a twin on a wall of omens. Oh yeah. I actually ported that deck to Modern. It had been an not like a super well known extended deck, but I had net decked it in extended back in the day, and done like reasonably well with it. And then I had gone to a Modern tournament with Bernal. Like, we were just in the car, and we were coming back. We'd all like scrubbed out and busted and stuff. And Bernal was like talking to me. He's like, "So people are playing Wild Nacatl in this format? What if we played a deck with a bunch of like Wall of Omens and Lightning Helixes? Caleb, didn't you play an extended deck with that shit?" And I was like, "Oh right, yeah, Jeskai Twin." And we talked about it the whole ride home, and then we parted ways when we got back to Chicago. And I worked on a version, and Bernal worked on a version, and then we came back and like we compared notes, and we came up to Madison to play in a PTQ that weekend, and we got first and second place, meeting in the finals, of course. Bernal qualified. I lost the mirror and got second, but that second place finish was enough of a finish. It gave me like a fourth top finish. So they gave me an at-large invite. So we both ended up qualifying from the same tournament. And then other people started playing Jeskai Twin and Modern. That was the first finish the deck had in the format. I made the worst deck. I made the worst deck for the mirror. Doesn't necessarily make it the worser deck overall. I can't remember what all the tweaks were, the differences between our two lists. I do remember that he had more Vendilion Click, which is a good mirror card. I think we're grabbing this Force of Vigor for the sideboard. Nice efficient card. Mole Man with Clamp. Mole Man's good. I might end up playing Mole Man. Probably should have grabbed that Wasteland if I was doing that, huh? It's late Fractured Identity. I almost like this Through the Breach with our Wurm and Tyrant. Maybe I'll play it, huh? Those were good times, though. I miss brewing with Bernal. We didn't always land on the same deck, but when we did, we tended to do pretty well. if we ever both agreed on a format, it was probably a good thing to be doing. If you have a land Black Lotus in either Chariot or Scarlet, you should lead on Chariot. Scarlet, if it lives, draws you an extra card every turn. Chariot gives you a pile of value whether it lives or not, and also draws you a 2/2 into play every turn for free. I think, like usual, we're not playing the Besiege You because of the Lumberjack action. I like how Wayfinder is very clampable and also helps us find Cradle a little bit more often. I think I'm going to jam this. Like Survival Squee. Squee's not as bad here as it usually is. We don't have other ways of discarding it, but just like clamping it every turn is kind of funny. So this would be 12 green sources and 3, 4, 5 red. It's not very many. 6 red. Oh, this is 7 red. Did I just miscount earlier? 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, let's jam this. Perfect. Are there any good Marvel superhero cards to stay in the cube? Yeah, it's fucking Mole Man. That card's really good. As is the case with constructed cards. They can't just like, they're not just like inherently good on their own, right? They need things. Loki might be solid just because Nadu's already supported in the cube. Could be a fine complement to those decks. You think cubes need more unsupported cards to trick new players? Ooh, that's smart. Just throw a Lord of Atlantis and your cube is the only merfolk. Fuck did they find? Nothing. Nice. Correct. Loki is only once a turn. A fetch and a bristly bill still draws you 2 cards. It's only a 2-drop. Just the best fucking song. I also got to play a little bit of Sorcery on the weekend. I think I might love that game. I'm considering flying out to one of the SCG cons, playing the Sorcery qualifier, and then playing like the limited like PTQ thing the next day. Which game? Just talking about Sorcery. Oh shit! What up? Hey, Simply Cole. Thanks for the sub. Thanks for 26 months there. Cole says, "Happy Sunday to my favorite streamer and the best chat. Much love." Much love right back at you. Yeah, I was a little bit worried about that. Fair enough. Yeah, everybody I was talking to about Sorcery, every time I brought it up, everyone's got the like, yeah, I don't know if I've got the energy for a new card game. And then you're like, they are only releasing 1 set a year. And then they perk up like, whoa, 1 set a year, you say? It's like, yeah, they only have 3 sets out right now. It was so easy to just like get caught up on the game. You could take an entire year to get into Sorcery, and you'd only have 1 new set to get to like get under your belt. I was looking over tournament deck lists, and they have like a bunch of like commons and shit from the pre-cons in them because again, there's only 3 sets. Like half of what Magic releases in a year. 1 set a year sounds so nice, right? Really pleasant. Makes you dream of the old days of Magic. They're really going for the vibe of the old days of Magic for sure. The fact that they got so many like old school Magic artists like Melissa Benson and the guy that did Swords to Plowshares and Grizzly Bears and stuff. Got him to do a bear for their game. It's odd how a game that's like not Magic can satisfy your Magic nostalgia. Was the game talking about Sorcery? Looks like Drew Tucker is going to be there for them for Gen Con. Drew Tucker did like some of his actual best art for this game, in my opinion. Riftbound? Yeah, Riftbound. So, like, Riftbound has, like, a much more, like, robust competitive community, which is why Magic players like it. And there's certainly nothing wrong with that. And if you, like, want to grind for value and stuff, much better game for that. The older I get, that's, like, less and less what I want out of my games. And so many sets have been released already. It's, like, I don't know. Overwhelming, right? Like to just get caught up. You feel like you're starting so far behind. Have I played any Pauper? I played a shitload of Pauper. Well, not a shitload. I played an above average amount of Pauper. Yeah, I wonder if Sorcery has any banned cards. Yeah, they got some. Oh, this is from April 1st. Never mind. I was, I was gonna say this ban list doesn't make sense. They got like some shit comments in here. Currently, no official bans. Neat. Instead of a ban list, the developers implement quote game changer and quote codex updates to balance dominant strategies and errata problematic cards. Oh, okay. It seems like they change how problematic cards work rather than ban stuff. Yeah, I feel that, Sandstorm. For sure. Oops, I'm over tapping. Oh well. Hmm. Hmm. Oh shit, what up? Hey, Commander Taz. Thanks for the sub. Thanks for the 9 months. The set fatigue is real. For paper, you've considered playing Moto with the client and you don't get along. Yeah, also fair. I just got myself a burrito. And by got myself, I mean my lovely wife got me a burrito. I love you! Commander Taz says, "Can I see your sweet trophy?" You better fucking believe you can see my sweet trophy. Can't believe nobody's asked to see the trophy yet. Look at that. Look at that awesomeness. Team Trios 2015 Modern Champion. Besides Cube, what's my favorite MTG format? Probably Popper. 2015 Flashback Modern. Can I say that? Can I say Analog Chandelar? Is that a is that a Magic format? I played it this last weekend, so it must be real, right? Or was that a fever dream? Yeah, it's the passive mark. That'll still be there. Or wait, no, it removes all the abilities. Yeah, I won't get the bonus. The creatures that are already lands, though, get it from Badger Mole. I just noticed who said, of course, it's a real format. And yeah, I think you might be biased. Hmm. Folks, when you copy a forest, but don't give it the 1/1 counters, which is what would happen if you Spring-Hearted, you'll get the land, but it won't be a creature. Right? Or does it just die? You're certainly not going to get the Badger Mole Cub. Value. I don't know if I love trading the Death Greeter for the Solitude. I guess it would have been worth, because on the Solitude, can't save the Tameo here. Nice, they're just letting Tameo die. I'm into that. I'm into that too. Yellow Hat! The great Gabrielle Nassif has rated us. Hell yeah. How's it going? I just got back from a life is good. Life is complex but good, as you would as it happens to be sometimes. I just got back from a charity tournament where we were doing flashback trios to 2015, and I got to play Grixis Delver, like snapcasting back Kolaghan's commands and playing turn 2 Gurmag Anglers and stuff. And I got to just like play a bunch of awesome matchups all weekend, and it was so much fun. I had just the time of my life. Anyway, y'all should be following Yellow Hat, the great Gabrielle Nassif, Hall of Famer, excellent Magic player, excellent person. We are all very fortunate that he streams here on twitch.tv. Hope you're also doing well. Hope life is great. Hell yeah, love to hear it. I'm just finishing up defeating my burrito. So sorry y'all had to come in on that. No one asked, but just in case any of the Nassif Raiders were curious what the trophy looked like. Pretty sick. I didn't play Twin, but there's a little Twin action on there. I did defeat a Twin player. Played 2 Grixis mirrors on the weekend, and one of them was Jamin Twin. I did win, yeah. Yeah, my standard player was on Abzan Aggro, just Siege Rhino, Wingman Rock stuff. And my legacy player was on Elves. Was Jay's banned? Jay's the Mind Sculptor? I think it was banned at the time. I used that BNR list. Yeah, I think 2015 era standard was really good. I know some people got sick of Siege Rhino, but I did not mind playing against it. I thought there were plenty of decks that beat it too. That Dragon Control deck. I had a red-green bees list that I really liked in the Siege Rhino meta. You just cracked your Hornet's Nest somehow, and then used Citizens Tactics to like kill all their creatures, and they just had nothing. That was good magic right there. Yeah, the bee era. You played that bees deck? Hell yeah. Do I have another stupid planeswalker I have to kill now? Yep, okay. You much prefer facing Siege Rhino than turn 2 Oko? Yeah, turn 2 Oko might have been the worst standard format we've had, right? There was a lot of rough ones in a row there. With like Oko and then Omnath and Uro, like really, really shortly right after. That interview I did is classic. I don't think I did an interview for bees. I did one for tokens. And blue-green survival. Bees was a deck that I did well with on the TCG Players circuit, as opposed to the SCG. I think they did fewer interviews. The Whip of Erebos decks from that Siege Rhino format. Yeah, those were really fun, right? Well, we didn't find our Cradle, but that's alright. The Worldspine Wurm in the graveyard should make that, through the breach, make a little bit more sense to our opponent. Oh yeah, Salty Rutabaga. You're a fan of that Oko format? Nice to have that Tameo dealt with. I still think they should have jumped for it. Could have downticked and rebought Treasure Cruise or something. Chat's still coming up with like awesome decks from that time period. Yeah, there's so many good ones. The flying on Appa is a little obnoxious. Every time I go to pump my cub, they try to solitude it. It's happened twice now. Cat Oven. Cat Oven's pretty miserable. On Arena, didn't it like have an animation too? Just take a million years. Oh, we're definitely killing that flyer. Thank you. You've returned from seeing the mighty Iron Maiden? Hell yeah. You cannot turn off animation on MTG Arena. The reason you can't is because, like, what if one player has animations on, then they still, like, the time still happens for the animation. So even if you turned it off, you'd just be sitting there, like, staring with nothing happening. It just doesn't work. Nexus of Fate meta was super annoying, yeah. No arguments there. Even people that liked that meta were pretty annoyed with it. Or at least they would like openly admit, like, yeah, that was that wasn't great. Should we just give it to him? I don't want to play anymore. You can grind there if there's a lot on the line. You can grind it out. I'm gonna bring in Fireball. I'm gonna cut Curator. I think I'm gonna cut the Natural Order stuff. Through the Reaching Out of Worldspine Wurm seems pretty bad against the Solitude deck. That's the idea there. Actually, let's do the Squee stuff. Let's play Survival, Squee, Vengevine. Maybe I don't actually want that Fireball. Yeah, we just added a tutor for Vibrance. That's kind of like a removal spell, too. Alright, let's jam. Can you see the trophy? Oh, you better fucking believe you can see the trophy. Look at this. Here, actually, we have a second. You get the full screen trophy. Look at that beauty. Holy moly, what a trophy. And not bad, huh? Did I have to buy the frame? Did they provide it? They provided it, yeah. 3/4 Christopher, thanks for the sub. The 101 month subscription. Fuck yeah, 3/4. No Black Lotus. It's only the first match. The league is young. You just saw the clocks. Maybe I should have played it out. Maybe. My times were something too, though. Hey, Commander Door, thanks for the sub. Thanks for the 65 months. Hey. I was just talking about you, Black Lotus. They exiled the ending, sure. They really hate that cub? Yeah, they hate they hate this fucking cub more than anything. I've never seen anyone try to kill a badger mole cub this many times and fail. um, that's funny with the chariot back here with no lands next to it. Who needs lands? Depends on if they balance me or not. So you can respond this Tidebinder by crewing again, and it'll still lose its abilities, but it will be a 4/4 until end of turn. I think it's better to serve with what I got here. Got a lot of nice pressure coming at him, though. Putting in their chump on, why not? Yeah, if I win this game, then we go to game 3. It does seem difficult to imagine them being able to finish the match on time, Assume the Tidebinder is trading with my 3/3 here. The question we have to think about is if they balance, do we sack all our lands? They would get to keep the Mox Diamond is the issue. I think no, We're the ones with like this Phyrexian thingy that can rebuy from the graveyard. Cool. So we got 3.5 minutes for game 3. Oh yeah, I forgot I brought in the survival stuff. That's funny. I think I like Chandra. I think I'm going to bring in Chandra. Maybe over the Carnage. No, I like Carnage. Have we seen counters? I don't think we've seen any counters. Maybe we'll just cut the Squelch aim against my blue mage opponent. Probably wrong. Don't get the land bank. If I sacked it to Safekeeper, I could then sack it again. The question I was discussing was whether it was correct to sack all our lands, so they would also lose all their lands. With balance and an animated land, you go in the order of balance when you're resolving the different things. So however balance reads. Do I ever actually play the timeouts, or do I prefer to win straight up if possible? I would much prefer to win regular. I might not have much of a choice here. But yeah, killing people is certainly preferred. I can't say I've never played to a timeout, but the stakes have to be much higher than a cube match, right? They do have a stifle effect. They could hit a fetch, but it costs 3 mana, so I'm not too worried about passing with this Misty. There is no Taiga, yeah, and we gotta comes into play tapped thinger. You have to ask to see the sweet trophy. I mean, that's sort of like asking. This is what I brought back with me from this weekend. Team Trios 2015 Flashback Modern Champion. Thinking if I want to sack any lands to this Lumberjack to draw cards. Did I have a favorite card from the weekend? Yeah, Delver Secrets. That card's so cool. I'm losing a land here, which is annoying. That's probably fine. Correct, Mark. Yeah, just that one trigger. Getting stopped by Tidebinder here. Is that worth sacking a land for? I don't think so. You got it. Oh, that whole fucking album's done. God, I love that album. Opponent is over 10 minutes behind. Yeah, I don't think they're going to have time for game 3 here. Seems like a hard one to win. Yeah, so this is like infinite cards with the clamp and the spring heart, and then we have all these clues and everything. It's too much. And the time pressure. We found it. We found the cradle. Do you keep this hand? I think on the draw you do. One awkward thing about this hand is that we have both natural order targets in our opener. That said, we also have both of our Through the Breach targets in our opener as well. I'm going to keep it. It's a bit of a ballsy keep. Black Lotus. Y'all ever played this Magic the Gathering game before? It's like the easiest fucking game you can imagine. It's just stupid fucking easy. Oh my god. We don't know what they're doing. They played up like a black-white land and fucking died. God damn. You don't think this match is going to time? Yeah, I don't think so either. Seems unlikely. I'm on the draw, I think I'm actually going to put the mountain back. Who needs red mana, right? Yeah, I was worried about if I put the forest back and then they like turn one, discarded the Black Lotus. I wouldn't be able to play my things. Starts a little bit less ridiculous than last game. Little bit worried about random Hull Breacher in response to Clamp this turn. So I wanted to wait a turn, have the Unholy Heat up, maybe even use Lumberjack mana. What am I drinking tonight? Water and diet soda. I'm actually off Boozahol for the year. Giving my liver a chance to catch up. What vintage is the soda? We went out to eat the other night, and, oh, they snuffed me. I've been snuffered out. Damn. And they had a sparkling rosé. That was non-alcoholic, and that made me very happy. Wow, it was such a good snuff out, Kept me off this Nissa. Could have been a good turn. Yeah, back to you. little things that add a lot to life. Yeah, right? Maybe he's supposed to spending a turn on the Squelcher. We're like gonna die though. Like I think you just gotta play your shit and hope. You can Tidebinder again. Let's see. They don't have lethal, but they do have an annoying amount of damage here. Hey, good evening, Jay Walla. Our Tides, yeah. Tides all bound up. Oh, they're just straight up clearing Nissa. Interesting. But the Nissa bound up, I'm a little surprised they're not two-shotting me. Fetch, and I could unholy heat this Quantum Ridley. I guess that's the line. Oh, the fetch can't get red. Let's just concede. The lack of a real Taiga biting me in the old bum there. I think I'm gonna jam no changes. Maybe Carnage Interpreter. Now let's jam this again. Well, I'll do that. How about that? We'll do that. We'll do neither line. You like Chandra? I don't think Chandra does enough. So you turn one Lumberjack and try and turn two a Vibrance. I wonder if I was supposed to turn one Ignoble Hierarch and then turn two Safekeeper Lumberjack. Have some protection for our Jorkanet. But still only has blue mana up. Yeah, I was kind of hoping that they would do something. I could end a turn through the breach. They mana drained, and we're a mana short of breaching now. Their shield's down. Land Rip would have been so good here. Alright, they have infinite mana. What are you going to do, opponent? The Riddler cometh. Very annoying. Yeah, this whole game's going to come down to just not having that third land. The Vibrance, if it had resolved, would have gotten Gaia's Cradle. Which would have helped quite a bit. Lingering Souls in the bin off that consider. Value. Should the opponent's excited about this, but I'm going to try for it. Yeah, cheers, Commander Door. Sorry about the fumble. That happens, right? I've certainly been there. Do beavers like the taste of wood? Yeah, I mean, they eat it. The inner bark and stuff. All right, chariots. Let's try this slightly differently. Yeah, there we go. I was thinking this might go get me a red source, but I think I'm just gonna go get Cradle. Start leveling up the old Hex Drinky. Might be waltzing into a solitude here, and be a very patient solitude. You want to see my sweet trophy? You're goddamn right, you can see my sweet trophy. Yeah, look at this. Team Trio's Modern Champagne. That doesn't make sense. 2015 flashback. Let's go. Hey, sup, Eric? Who's eating a cat token? Prevents the double block on Adeline. Clamping the cat token's tempting, but if we draw our other natural order target, it'd feel real silly. Note that Hex Drinker has protection from triggered abilities, red creatures, cards named Death Creatures Champion, warriors, humans. So we cannot give it double strike, unfortunately. Squirrels, yeah, less relevantly, but squirrels as well. But it is dash onto this cat token. That's representing 6, 12. Like, they'd have to block one of them. That's kind of sick. I won't be able to natural order. Do I need to natural order? I don't think I need to natural order. Fair enough. Hello. Hexdringer has protection from winning, so you're not allowed to win with it. Oh, but it also has protection from not winning from protection abilities, fortunately. A little convoluted, that one. Is clamping the 2-2 before dash swing okay? Sort of. The big issue with it is then I can't clamp post-combat. And there's a world where you still have Death Creatures to clamp for value later. No, Mr. Wood Cookies. I expect you to die. All right, now here's a Delayed Blast Fireball matchup. Do I need another red source? I feel like I do. Maybe I don't. I don't think they're killing our dorks, so we have some dorks that produce red. Not my easiest keep ever. Imagine if they just monetized the Black Lotus. I was gonna Vibrance for Cradle, but now I think I Wayfinder. Balance would have been fine. Still would have had the Forest, would have untapped and played the Hierarch. So one cool thing about this setup is we can natural order for a 15-15, assuming we don't draw it for turn. Yeah, that's fine. And then the Safekeeper will protect it from stuff like Winds of Abandon. Could Scarlet here. I guess that's worth. One Jorked Rabbit coming up. No. But good on them for trying, right? Cool. I don't think I'm gonna have time to finish this next draft. Maybe time is the wrong word.